Uh-oh, you're in a fort with a ball cannon?
Yes.
Okay.
I just get them out.
I got Miri behind me, and she's got a Nerf cannon. I mean, literally a cannon. Can I see that for a second, Miri? I'll give it back.
Yeah.
Like I said, a cannon. Okay.
I want the balls out.
All right, we're going to take a look at what's in this box. This isn't going to be a full review. It's just a quick look. I will do the full review in about a week when I have some time to sit down with the fine molds kit, which is sitting right beside this one. This is a very big box. You can see by my hand how big it is. It is very thick box. Okay? And here's the back side. It shows the back side of the Falcon. The side shows the side. The front shows the front.
It's rainbow.
The side, one side shows the top. I think that's the top. No. One side shows the bottom. And one side shows the top. So the sides of the box show the sides of the Falcon. Okay? Now I'm going to open this.
I'm cleaning out for my...
You're cleaning out your... Okay, the inside flap is printed. Let me move this over to the side so I can pull the interior out as an inner box. I've opened this once already and taken a look and rearranged things. One of my subscribers sent me a message saying, you better open that box. His photo etch got destroyed in shipping. They put it in a bad location. So I opened it to check that. All right. Here's the directions. We'll look through them. That is a book. That is not a direction pamphlet. It is literally a book. Okay? 55, 56, 57 pages of directions.
Papa.
Yeah.
Here.
Well, you got another box?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, this thing is packaged fairly well. The box is completely full of plastic. Here's the underside of the ship. Battle damage is molded into it. Okay, I know it's underside because landing legs. Here's the top part of the saucer. Battle damage again is molded into it.
Papa.
I will in a little bit, Mary. Let me finish what I'm doing. The notches along the edge of the saucer are already done, unlike the AMT. That's a good sign. I'm going through one side of this box one at a time. We have black pieces. I'm pretty sure this is for a light box. This model does come with LEDs for lighting. So I'm pretty sure all these black plastic parts are for a light box. The cockpit is there in black plastic because the part of the cockpit does light up. Okay. Here's the main dish. The walkway to the cockpit.
That's my dress.
That's your dress? Okay. Here we have part of the entryway to the Falcon, part of the Mandibles, the back ring around the engines. I'm going to sit up a little bit because we can see the engine details right there. More walkway. So we're not attaching all the pipes. Some of the pipes are molded in. The really fine ones are molded in. And like normal Bandai, you got some pretty good detail on these parts. Okay, here's the back half of the saucer section. And again, they're notched around the edge, which is good. And you can take a look at that and see that detail. Okay?
This matches my dress. That matches my dress.
That does match your dress.
Yeah.
Here we have the clear parts. They are gated around the outside of them to protect them from being smushed. You can see the gating. The back of the cockpit is clear because, well, they put LEDs behind it and you can light that up. Here's the stand. Pretty heavy stand. This is a light diffuser for the engine. Okay? So we have that. And I'm going to put all this stuff back in here so I don't lose track of how it goes. Because that's one of the things that you're not careful, you don't put it back in.
I want this. I want this.
I will open that when I'm done with this, Mary. You have to be patient, okay?
Okay.
Can we be patient? You don't know what patience is, do you?
This is my box.
That's your box? All right, we're going to start going through this side. Now, this side has all the little parts, detail parts to it. Okay? Like, these are where the laser cannons go, and I'm pretty sure we've got parts of laser cannons on here. We got landing legs, too. Okay? More detail parts. I'm ignoring the phone, by the way. Yeah, it talks. We have more parts. Lots of engine parts. Now, one of the good things about this is these shovel arms, as I call them, are separate. I don't know if they are on the fine molds kit. We'll take a look at that in a little bit. The mandibles. Okay. The inserts in the mandibles. That is a robot. Here's the baffles for the landing legs. I didn't paint that one's legs. I'm bad.
You didn't paint this bear.
Yeah, she painted that bear.
Yeah.
So these are landing legs.
This is the piano.
Piano, yes. Some of the laser cannons are there. The end caps are there for the docking rings. More of the laser cannon bays. Here's some more parts, and I'm slightly off frame, which is bad of me. More black parts for light blocking. We have the decals. Didn't come with stickers. There's the photo etch, and there's probably paint mask right there. I'll have to look at the directions. That's probably paint mask. But there's the photo etch. The photo etch is protected in mine. I'm going to move it to a different location. Here's the lighting kit. This is the typical Bandai type lighting kit. They use these kind of lighting kits on Gundams too, with these plugs. So this is pretty typical of Bandai.
Papa.
Okay? Now this box here contains all the really fine little detailed parts that you don't want breaking, so they're in a separate box. I am not going to pull this out too much. I'm going to leave it like it is, but you can see that you're going to have to be really careful with part of these.
That is my spider, Papa.
As your spider? You found your spider?
Yeah.
We'll put this down underneath there. Let me put all this back in. And once I get it in, we're going to take a look at the directions and have a talk through part of that.
Look, this is a spider.
That's your spider?
And
She wants to show her spider.
and not the goat. And not.
Okay.
It's a goat and the full Spider-Man.
It's Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
It's Spider.
I will probably get a copyright notice. Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
No, it's a spider.
Okay, here we have the directions. I'm going to have to stand up to get the camera to zoom because the remote doesn't zoom very well on the
This is
camera.
a peacock spider. And it has legs. And
It have legs? Okay, when you first open the directions, you have movie shots and it's showing you various details around the ship. I never know which way to move things on camera. Let's see if the remote will. Oh, it will. Let's pull it. Nope.
this is a
I want to pull the zoom back a little.
This is a real spider. And this is
There we go. Now it'll stay pretty much in frame.
And this is a spider. It goes
Okay,
with
you
it.
back up a little, okay?
This is a spider. This is a spider.
We got that. Okay, back up a little bit, silly girl.
Hey.
Okay, just wait a minute, okay? All right, now I'm going to finish this pretty quick because she's getting impatient. We have your typical sprue map. You have your directions for the lighting kit. You're going to start with the lighting kit. You're going to check to make sure it works. They're color-coded and they're sized.
We're not done, Papa.
Then you start with the cockpit, putting the cockpit together.
We're not done, Papa.
And then you start with the mandibles. Now, I am not going to sit here and flip through this page by page. That will take almost as long as going through the box of parts. Because there are a lot of
We're not done,
parts
Papa.
to this, so I'm skipping a few pages.
Done.
We're not done?
Uh-uh.
So I'm going to skip a few pages here and there. Now, we're getting to one of the contentious parts that some people haven't liked that I've seen so far. The back lid hides the battery box for the engines, and it doesn't attach and sit completely flush. I personally don't like putting batteries inside models. I'd rather have the wires coming through the stand and have the batteries external. That way you're not opening and closing the model all the time. But Bandai did it that way so the stand is clean. I get it. Okay, and it's what they do put their battery boxes in the stand for their Gundam kits. Here's your painting guide and decal marking guide. It is multiple pages. It is a fold out with detailed color photos. It's nice that they do that. I never found the crew when I was looking, but the crew is there. Okay? So, there's a quick rundown of what is inside the box for the Millennium Falcon Perfect Grade. It's expensive. We know that. It's getting more expensive since they're not making anymore. I would only get it if you're a serious builder. Honestly. The Fine Molds kit is cheaper. We'll look at the Fine Molds kit in a little bit. It's got its problems compared to this one, I'm sure. If you love the Falcon, get it. I will say that. But you can also get the smaller Bandai kits. You can also get the smaller Fine Molds kit if they still exist. So you can get a smaller kit for a little bit less money. But this thing looks like it's got some great details to it. And it looks like it's an excellent model. That's just a quick look. I know there's nothing on the screen. I'm talking to a carpet. Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed a quick look. I will be back later with a detailed look when I set it next to the Fine Molds and we find corresponding parts and we take a look at how the two compare. Now the Fine Molds Falcon is currently being sold by Rebel, so you can still buy that kit. Alright, talk to you later.